This is for my buddy across the pond. Good morning, Vietnam! Okay, not quite, but good morning, my friends. Another morning drive. You can tell from my shirt, it's Friday. And today's morning drive snack is a Little Debbie cupcake. Now, I tried the Tasty Cake cupcake, and they were just a big cube of sugar with some chocolate coloring on it. So let's sample some Little Debbie's cupcakes. It comes in these individually wrapped, and it's got a little piece of cardboard on it, so I don't know why. So I guess you can lick the cardboard when you're done. I want to talk about what our kids have today versus what I had when I was growing up. Went to an open house at my son's high school last night, and the whole time I'm thinking, man, I wish I went to this high school. Now, it's not to say that high schools like the one my son goes to weren't around, or the experience provided by high school weren't around when I was a kid. It's just the technology has really made things more accessible. And my wife and I were discussing that school actually is harder nowadays because the expectation is, since you have more access to resources, that you have to do a little more work and digging. Remember when we did research projects, the library, our school library was usually it. You know, you either had to walk to a local library, if you had one close enough to walking distance as a kid anyway, or your only other resource was the school library, or everybody's favorite, wait for it, the World Book Encyclopedia set. And somebody somewhere in the neighborhood had one of those. And the book report or research project entailed finding the subject matter and copying every word that the encyclopedia had. And then turning it in as it was written by you. I mean, I remember doing that because it's, you know, when you're reading, it's like, man, I don't know how I can write this any better. Anyway, but, alright, Little Debbie's. By the way, I do have the Hostess cupcakes that I'll be featuring on either a morning drive or a snack time. So let's bite into some Little Debbie's. Very well balanced. A lot of cake. There's a lot of cake there. The cream isn't overpowering, and it's a little thicker. Yeah, it's more of a buttercream. The cream is not a whipped up sugar. It's more of a butter, sweetened butter. Almost like licking melted butter with a little sugar in it. But it's good. It's it balances out the cake very well. Take a look there. It is starting to get a little sweet now, but it's not that instant blast of sugar like I had with the Ho-Ho or with the Tasty Cake cupcake. It's a little denser cake. I like it. The texture is just right. Good, like the Walmart chocolate Twinkie thingy that I had from Walmart. So, yeah, good. I'll be getting some more Little Debbie's. I was thinking, wow, this is even the middle school. We went to my younger son's middle school open house the other night. They had the smart boards. They had, you know, nobody uses chalkboards anymore. But I was talking with one of the high school teachers that teaches TV production. Now get this school, this high school has a swimming pool, has a gym, has a TV production center. The whole place is Wi-Fi. They've got laptops they issue out. Of course, that's, besides maybe the pool and the TV production center, most high schools might be wired for Wi-Fi. I know the schools back when we were in Texas had Wi-Fi, but I can't remember. I think they did issue laptops. Some of the schools did. If I had the chance to grow up again and pick where I wanted to live or go to school, this school would be it. And to me, that's the culmination of what parents want for their children. They want to be able to provide their children with the best experiences they can to get them ready for the real world. And like I said, one of the things the school has, and the kids, my God, you hear horror stories about high school, and you see the movies about all the gang problems in school, the bullying in school. This school is like a dream, man. So I just feel so blessed that I'm able to provide my kids the opportunity to go to a school like the one he goes to now. It was a lot of hard work, and trust me, we do without a lot. Of course, you can tell from my redneck series, the Redneck Ben's series. I try to, trim the budget anywhere I can, because living where we live, the cost of living is a little higher than most, even in our area. People who find out, repairmen, contractors we call to give us bids for work that we need done around the house, they've said, well, because you live where you live, all the contractors put like a 30% markup on everything. I'm like, holy crap. So that's why I end up doing a lot of work myself. But you know what, after tonight, and we've known for a long time, I mean, we purposely chose where we live when we moved, because my wife and I said, if we're gonna move to a place that has the resources to provide our kids what we can afford to provide them. So we did it with a purpose in mind, to live where we live, so we could provide our kids these things. And I have no regrets at all. I tell you, I just hope, my prayer for everybody out there watching is that you are able to provide your children with a better experience than you had. Now, if you had a great experience, I pray that you are able to provide your kids with the same or better experience than you were able to get. But like my other morning drive about growing up poor, that has its advantages too. But as a parent, I think this experience that my kids are having, I hate to sound like a snob, but they don't have to suffer or go through. As a parent, you don't want your kids to suffer. Sometimes they need to suffer, but the suffering, I think, with my kids is just different. It's not worse. It's not better. It's just different. They have their own issues to deal with. But as a parent, if you can reduce the suffering for your kids, you're going to do it. And I know the thought out there is that we're raising a bunch of entitled mentality kids, or spoiled kids. I don't see it here. The kids at the school are very respectful, at least when I'm around. You just don't hear about the problems that you have. Even back where I used to live, you heard about school fights and stuff like that. You just don't hear it here. I love my kids. I would eat bugs if it meant providing my kids with the best experience that I can afford. So, that's my morning drive. Be safe out there, and happy Friday.